All right, let's talk about one of the most brilliant yet totally overlooked pieces of engineering that you and I use every single day. I'm talking about the humble zipper. No, seriously, just look down for a second at your jacket, your jeans, your backpack. That tiny little device is working away perfectly. And let's be honest, without it, our lives would kinda fall apart. Literally. And here's the wild part. This simple invention, something we completely take for granted now, was a massive commercial failure for decades. I mean, we are talking over 80 years of rejection before it finally caught on. So what is the secret? How does it work so flawlessly? And what makes this simple little device, with no batteries, no electronics, a true masterpiece of design? Well, let's go ahead and unzip this fascinating story. Okay. First up, we have to understand the beautiful, elegant mechanics behind how a zipper actually works, because it is so much more clever than it looks. So on the surface, it looks pretty simple, right? You've got 2 rows of teeth and a slider that moves up and down. But the real magic isn't in the parts themselves. Oh no, it's in how they come together with almost surgical precision. That little slider is the real hero here. You see, hidden inside is a perfectly angled Y-shaped channel. As you pull it, that channel guides each tooth from both sides into the exact right spot on the opposite side. It's like it's solving a tiny jigsaw puzzle in milliseconds every single time you use it. And the precision needed here is just incredible. Your average zipper has somewhere around 80 to 100 interlocking pairs of teeth for every single foot of length. If even one of those teeth gets bent by a fraction of a millimeter, the whole system can jam up. That is some serious microengineering hidden in plain sight. So if the design is such a work of genius, why in the world did it take so long to get popular? Well, this was an invention that really had to fight for its place in the world. So the story kicks off way back in 1851. Elias Howe, the guy who invented the sewing machine, patented an automatic continuous clothing closure. It totally failed to catch on. Then you jump to 1893. Whitcomb Judson's class blocker is shown off at the Chicago World's Fair, and pretty much nobody cared. It wasn't until 1913 that Gideon Sundbach finally created the modern design we all recognize. But even then, people just didn't trust it. The real breakthrough moment. It took until the 1930s when fashion designers started putting zippers on kids' clothing to make it easier for them to dress themselves. That's what finally made it a hit. So once the world finally accepted the zipper, the stage was set for one company to step in, perfect it, and become the undisputed king of the entire industry. You've probably seen those 3 little letters YKK on almost every zipper you own. That's a Japanese company that makes more than half of all the zippers on Earth. We're talking billions upon billions of them every single year. It's wild. So what's their secret? Well, it's all in their motto. Little parts, big difference. YKK is absolutely obsessed with quality. They control every single step of making a zipper, from smelting their own metal and forging the teeth to weaving the fabric tape themselves. And that kind of quality is absolutely essential, because the zipper's job goes way beyond holding our pants up. It's a critical piece of gear in some of the most extreme environments you can possibly imagine. I mean, the stakes get incredibly high. NASA uses specialized, completely air-tight zippers on their spacesuits to keep astronauts alive in the vacuum of space. Deep-sea diving suits have watertight zippers to keep divers safe under crushing ocean pressure. From military gear to medical isolation chambers, these things aren't just fasteners. They are basically life support systems. And even in our normal, everyday lives, they're way tougher than you'd think. The zipper on a regular pair of jeans is actually engineered to handle up to 50 pounds of tension every time you zip it up. 50 pounds! All of this really makes you wonder, right? In our high-tech world of smart devices and crazy new materials, why is this century-old mechanical design still on top? You know, when Velcro was invented, a lot of people thought the zipper was done for, but it held its ground. Why? Well, for a lot of things, the zipper is just better. It's stronger, it's quieter, you don't get that loud rip sound, and it's more compact, so it gives clothes a much cleaner look. It all comes down to one simple truth. The zipper is pure mechanical genius. It works with nothing more than geometry and friction. There's no power source, no complicated parts. It's just a perfect, elegant balance of form and function. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the smartest innovations are the simplest ones. So the next time you zip up your jacket, just pause for a half second. Appreciate that quiet little genius, that tiny piece of engineering that went from a failed idea to a fashion icon. It just proves that the smallest ideas can have the biggest impact. Which really leaves you with one last thought. What other pieces of everyday genius are we all taking for granted?